From the hard time with Dr. Noguchi's powerful mirror. The modern manga of Japan. Dr. Noguchi, also known as Hideo Noguchi, written by author Toshiyuki Matsu. It was based on the true story of the energetic life of the bacteriologist, Hideo Noguchi. Summary of the story. When Noguchi was 2 years old, he bumped into a burning stove and was burned. Although his mother quickly saved him and brought him to the hospital. He was fortunate to preserve his life, but his left hand was severely burned and there was no cure for him in medicine at the time. In terms of familial background, the Noguchi family was very poor. When he reached school age, he didn't have lunch to carry to school like his peers. He always lied to his friends that he went home to eat and then returned to school. But in fact, he ran to a deserted place to wait for the hunger to pass. Noguchi was ridiculed and disregarded by bad friends because he had a handicap and poor, making a child like him hurted a lot. There a period time when he was so melancholy that he wanted to drop out. Fortunately, Noguchi had a mother who loved her children despite their poverty. Seeing how her mother, no matter how hard she worked, strived to provide an education for her children, he was motivated to do well in school. Furthermore, his friends respect him more. Noguchi with that joy nurtured his dream of becoming a good teacher. Unfortunately, this desire was swiftly dashed when he was unable to write on the blackboard due to a deformity in his hand. Noguchi is not only impotent, but also desperate because he has no idea what his future contains, especially since his desire of becoming a teacher cannot be realized. And then again the hope shined in Noguchi's life, that if he couldn't be a teacher he would pursue his dream of becoming a great doctor. Will and strength of Noguchi. There were so many tragedies in Noguchi's life, but none of them could make him step back. Although the house was so poor that it was impossible to eat at dinner, even the notebook had to go ask for the torn pages of people to glued back. Noguchi did not give up the path of education because he knew it was the only way he could go. Hand crippled from childhood, he was constantly taunted and bullied by his peers, but young Noguchi, no matter how pathetic and lonely he was, got up and went to school every day. When he learned that the dream of being a teacher was impossible to realize, he was desperate, depressed but very quick to revive his spirit and found another way. Having established his new dream of becoming a doctor, Noguchi took action to make it come true. Through a lot of effort, serious and hardworking, Noguchi finally managed to achieve his goal every day. He was a prominent bacteriologist in Japan who discovered the causative agent of syphilis. Hideo Noguchi helps educate and fuel today's youth. This manga will not be very appealing to some readers because it is based on a true story with not many unexpected details, or fantasy or exaggerated comedy elements. However, this deserves to be an option for both children and adults. The manga directs the reader to positive things and brings a rich and bright energy so that we can always have hope for the future. And this is definitely going to be a manga that inspires young people. Anyone has their own choices and difficulties that sometimes make them want to give up in the middle. Hideo Noguchi will help you to have a positive view and a more resilient will to fight the challenge ahead. This is a story full of humanism in education that is worth reading. So don't be sorry for the time. Try reading the Hideo Noguchi right away.